He is the monkey who defied heaven itself. He is the judge, divinely appointed to devour evil spirits. If these two legends of Chinese myth were to clash, what would happen? The answer might shock you, because this would not be a battle. Balance your chi, level up your life. I'm the Taoist gamer. Let's skip the intro. In the world of Chinese mythology, two legends stand tall, the rebellious, heaven-shaking Sun Wukong, and the formidable, ghost-quelling Zhong Kuei. With black myth, Zhong Kuei on the horizon, everyone's asking, who wins in a fight? The short answer? It's not even close. Here's why. Let's be clear, Sun Wukong isn't just a strong monkey. He's a cosmic force of nature, a self-made god whose origin story is just as epic as his powers. Born from a magical stone that absorbed the energy of heaven and earth since the dawn of creation, Sun Wukong emerged into the world already vibrating with celestial potential. He wasn't created, he was destined. But his real journey began when he ventured into the mortal world and became king of the monkeys. Fearful of death, he embarked on an epic quest for immortality. That's where his training began. He became the disciple of a mystical Taoist master, who taught him the ultimate secrets of the universe. 72 transformations. This isn't just shape-shifting, it's total molecular reconstruction. He can become anything, a giant looming over mountains, a tiny insect sneaking into palaces, a bird soaring above clouds, even a duplicate of someone you trust. It's like if Mystique from X-Men had absolutely no limits. Jin Do-yoon, one flip and he travels 108,000 miles, in seconds. He isn't just fast, he breaks the concept of distance. It's light-speed travel in a world without spaceships. Super strength and invulnerability. After eating the peaches of immortality, stealing Laozi's pills of longevity, and consuming celestial wine in the heavenly palace, his body became truly unbreakable. He survived being burned in divine furnaces for 49 days, and instead gained fiery golden eyes that could see through any illusion. Oh, and his weapon? The Rui Jingu Bang, a staff that weighs over 17,000 pounds. It obeys only him, shrinking to the size of a needle or stretching across the sky. But what's really jaw-dropping is what he did with all that power. He didn't just challenge heaven, he humiliated it. When the Jade Emperor offered him a low-ranking title to shut him up, Wukong rebelled. He went to war against the entire celestial bureaucracy, and won. Solo. He defeated the heavenly army, all 100,000 soldiers, including the 4 heavenly kings, Erlang Shen, the god of war. The gods threw everything at him, lightning, fire, divine weapons, mystical beasts, and he crushed them all. It took the intervention of Buddha, a primordial cosmic entity, to finally subdue him. And even that was through trickery, not pure force. So when we say Sun Wukong is the Thanos of the East, we mean it. He doesn't fight armies. He rewrites reality. His power isn't just strength, it's symbolism. Rebellion incarnate. A being so powerful that heaven itself had to cheat to stop him. Verdict, universal level threat. 2. Zhong Kuei, the divine ghost king, judge of the underworld. If Sun Wukong is the ultimate rebel, then Zhong Kuei is the ultimate authority, a divine enforcer tasked with maintaining the balance between the human and spirit worlds. But don't mistake him for just a ghost hunter. He's something far more fascinating and terrifying. His origin is one of tragedy and divine redemption. Zhong Kuei was a brilliant scholar, on his way to first place in the imperial examinations. But because of his horrifyingly ugly face, the emperor stripped him of his title. In despair and rage, Zhong Kuei committed suicide by crashing into the palace gates. Yet his story didn't end there. The Jade Emperor in heaven, moved by his fierce integrity and outraged by the injustice, personally appointed him as the Grand Marshal of the underworld. He was reborn not as a man, but as a god, charged with one mission: hunt down and punish evil spirits across all realms. And he's equipped for the job like no other. Let's break down his divine toolkit. The demon-subduing sword. This isn't just a sword, it's a symbol of cosmic law. Forged in the underworld, it channels divine power to break curses, slice through illusions, and force evil spirits to reveal their true forms. Think of it like the blade of Olympus from God of War, but designed solely to execute spiritual evil. The ghost-seeking talismans. Zhong Kuei doesn't chase ghosts, he summons them. With a single talisman burned in ritual fire, he can compel any spirit within 100 miles to appear before him. It's like having a supernatural GPS tracker for demons. The 7-star red spirit fan. With one wave, this fan can summon hurricane-force winds that sweep entire armies of ghosts off their feet. It doesn't just blow them away, it destabilizes their very essence, leaving them vulnerable to capture. The demon-devouring power. This is where Zhong goes from enforcer to nightmare. In many classic texts and paintings, he doesn't just defeat evil spirits, he eats them raw. It's his ultimate form of judgment, consuming the wicked, digesting their malice, and cleansing their energy from the world. Imagine Ghost Rider's penance stare, but with teeth. How many Zhong would it really take to beat Wukong? Alright, so we've got two legendary figures. One is a cosmic rebel capable of challenging heaven itself, the other is the ultimate supernatural lawman. So let's get to the big question. How many Zhong would you actually need to take down Sun Wukong? 10? 100? 1000? Truth is, it doesn't matter. Numbers mean nothing when you're dealing with a being like Wukong. Here's why. The power gap is absurd. Let's be real, Zhong is an elite supernatural enforcer, he's heaven's top cop. But Sun Wukong? He operates on a completely different plane of existence. He's a cosmic-scale entity, the Thanos of Chinese mythology. But Wukong? He doesn't fight ghosts. He fights gods, and wins. Now imagine Zhong even empowered with all his ghost-busting gear, trying to stand against Wukong's Rui Jingu Bang. That staff doesn't just hit, it rewrites physics. At over 17,000 pounds, one swing wouldn't just knock Zhong back, it would send him flying into next week. With one blow, no matter who the fucking Ghost King, heavenly soldiers or generals are, even Zoth from World of Warcraft will be smashed into squid sauce. And what if, theoretically, Zhong somehow had the numbers? What if there were hundreds of him? Wukong doesn't even break a sweat. He simply chants a spell and activates Fa Tianxiang Di, his body expands into a cosmic giant taller than mountains. His head brushes the clouds, his feet stamp out entire battlefields. Every step he takes causes earthquakes. Every swing of his staff could cleave a continent. This isn't a battle. This is a cleanup operation. An army of Zhong would be like ants trying to topple Godzilla, a spectacular, but utterly hopeless effort. The real answer? There isn't one. Because in the world of divine Chinese mythology, power isn't linear, it's hierarchical. Sun Wukong exists in a tier just below Buddha and the highest Taoist deities. Zhong for all his might, is still an enforcer, a celestial official. And officials follow rules. Wukong rewrites them. So if you ask how many Zhong it would take to beat the Monkey King? The real answer is, it doesn't matter. Even an infinite number of Zhong would be like trying to put out a sun with squirt guns. Some battles aren't about strength in numbers, they're about levels of existence. And Wukong exists on a level beyond almost everyone. Final verdict, the Monkey King wins. Every time. Here's the beautiful part, this power imbalance doesn't ruin the games. Of course, in the game Black Myth, Wukong, the player character is not the iconic Sun Wukong himself, but rather a manifestation of his will, a clone seeking to gather the 6 roots of perception and break free from a predetermined fate. Similarly, it is highly likely that in the upcoming Black Myth, Zhong players will not directly assume the role of Zhong but perhaps one of his subordinates or a spiritual projection carrying out his mission. These narrative choices in no way diminish the gameplay experience. Regardless of the power level or stature of the characters we control, game science has demonstrated its ability to craft deeply engaging and mechanically rich worlds. Whether embodying a celestial being or a lesser entity, the focus remains on delivering pure, immersive gameplay joy within a compelling mythological framework. Finally, if you're curious about Zhong lore, Taoist exorcism rituals, or any other aspects of Chinese myths and folklore, let us know in the comments below. Your suggestions might just become the focus of our next video. Thanks for watching.